Hi everybody, I am Shelby, and in this video I'm going to talk about your arrival and departure days at Walt Disney World, especially if this is mainly if you are staying on site, if you're staying at a Walt Disney World resort hotel. So arrival day, let's start with that. Arrival day, I think, depends on if you are flying in or driving in, because I feel like if you are driving in, then you're going to get there obviously at your own pace. You can take your time. You can go to see other things in Orlando or along the way. Check-in is not technically until 3 p.m. But if you do the online check-in, you can see you can pick a time that you think you will be arriving at your resort, and your room could be ready for you earlier. Not guaranteed, obviously, because technically check-in isn't until 3, and currently with the times, COVID, staffing is limited. So keep that in mind. Now, if you are flying, and this is what my family tends to do, is we get the crack of dawn early flight. I'll give you an example. Well, what we usually do is we get the 6 a.m. flight. Sometimes it's 7 a.m. Whenever the first flight is out, we do nonstop. And we are there within about 2 hours and 2 hours 15 minutes. It always says 2.5, 2 hours and 45 minutes, but for some reason we are always there earlier than what, the wind and air currents and everything. We always make it there earlier. So what we will do is we'll pick up our luggage, take it down to the Magical Express, get on the Magical Express, go to our resort, and then if our rooms are not ready, check our luggage at Bell Services. They will hold your luggage for you for the day. And then we go to a park. It's what we've always done. We usually went to the Magic Kingdom first thing. This trip we have coming up, we're going to Animal Kingdom for our first park. Also, Southwest changed our flight time to now 5:15, so my children are going to love me. But that's, So that's what we do. So it depends on what you want to do. Do you want to go to the park the first day? You can. You can take your time. It can be your travel day. You can arrive whenever you feel like, even if you are flying in. You leave at 11. You don't land until 1 or 2. You have to get your luggage. You go down to Magical Express. You take it easy. Even if you have to check your luggage at Bell Services, like I said, they will hold it for you. You will have to re-pick it up when you come back. I've heard reports where they will deliver it to your room, but I don't want to say that's guaranteed, okay? And then, maybe you go to Disney Springs for dinner. Maybe you're going to hit the pool and just hang at the resort. Great, great options. You might also want to go and play mini golf as well. Disney World has 2 great mini golf courses, so they are something to definitely check out. So your departure day. Now, your departure day checkout is technically 11 a.m. Can you call down and say, can I have a later checkout? Of course you can. They may not give it to you, but it is at 11 a.m. Now, this also depends on what you are doing that day. If this is just your travel day, then you get up, you pack up, and you leave. If you are driving, you could still pack up because you have that home base. You have the vehicle, so that helps out a lot. Maybe you want to go to Disney Springs for an early lunch and then take off. Completely up to you. If you are flying, and this is what we normally do, we are not doing it this time, but what we normally do is we have the late flight. So we have the 8:40, 8:30 p.m. flight. So Magical Express will pick us up 3 hours early. So what we liked to do was we would go and before we could do the resort airline check-in, so now we would take our luggage down to Bell Services, check our luggage that morning, and then we would go to a park. And it was always Magic Kingdom was our last park. So that was nice. And then we would have, a big early dinner, late lunch, that 3:30 slot. Have a big meal and then go back to the resort for the Magical Express. It is an option. It's not a lot of time in there. This time Southwest changed our flights, so we're not leaving till the next day. We actually staying an extra night now and not leaving till the next day, and then we're going to just have a travel day. So the plan is just to get up, be packed, and leave for the Magical Express. So with this, arrival day and departure day park time. we do this because we normally have 9-day tickets. I highly recommend, though, as a a person the planner, to not do that if you are only going for 4 or 5 days. So I highly recommend, if you're planning 4 or 5 park days, then your arrival day is your arrival day. That is your travel day. Okay? You can go play mini golf, hang out at the pool, hang out at the resort, hit Disney Springs, visit another resort for a dinner. And then your departure day is also just a travel day. So that way you enjoy 4 to 5 full days in the parks. Okay, because that little snippet of park time and your arrival and departure day, it goes fast. And it's not as much, and I always felt like we did not get as much done as a full day, which makes sense because you're not there as long, but it's also a lot of just taking it all in and enjoying it. So even if it's your first trip, I recommend not doing it. Have a travel day. Have another travel day. Disney World is very stimulating. Even if you don't get overstimulated, I get overstimulated at Disney World. It is a lot to take in, especially if it's your first trip. Just breathe and relax and enjoy everything Disney has to offer. Disney World is not just parks. There is so much more to enjoy at Walt Disney World, and I am going to touch on that in my next video, just a little bit. So keep that in mind. If you have any questions about the planning, if you have any questions about more things to do for arrival or departure days, please let me know down below. Comment down below, email me. All that information is down below. And I thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.